How to implement file uploads and validation in Laravel. Picture this. You're building your next big Laravel application, and suddenly you realize your users need to upload files. Profile pictures, documents, maybe even cat memes, because who doesn't love those? File uploads might seem straightforward, but trust me, there's more to it than meets the eye. Let's dive into the wonderful world of Laravel file uploads and validation. I promise it will be less painful than watching your deployment fail on a Friday evening. Why file upload validation matters more than you think. Before we jump into the code, let's talk about why validation isn't just a nice-to-have feature. Without proper validation, your application becomes a playground for malicious users. They could upload executable files, oversized images that crash your server, or files with sneaky extensions that bypass your security. Think of validation as your bouncer. It keeps the troublemakers out while letting the good files party. Setting up your Laravel environment for file uploads. Essential Laravel file upload environment setup. Ensure your storage directory has proper write permissions, 755 or 775. Configure your file system settings in config/filesystems.php. Set up symbolic links for public file access using PHP Artisan Storage. Link. Adjust your PHP upload limits in php.ini if needed. Upload _file size. Post _max size. Consider using cloud storage like S3 for production environments. Basic file upload implementation. Let's start with a simple file upload controller. This is where the magic happens. We'll handle the upload, validate the file, and store it securely. Here's how Laravel makes this surprisingly elegant. File upload controller with upload function that validates incoming files using Laravel's validation rules for file type, size, and required fields. The validated variable stores the validation results. The function checks if hasFile exists, gets the file object, generates a unique file name using timestamp and original name, stores the file using storeAs method in the uploads directory with public disk, creates an uploaded file database record with all file metadata, including title, description, file name, original _name, file _path, file _size, and mime _type. Then returns a JSON response with success message and file data, or error response if no file provided. This controller does several important things. It validates the file type and size, generates a unique file name to prevent conflicts, stores the file securely, and saves metadata to your database. Notice how we're using Laravel's built-in validation rules. They're your first line of defense against problematic uploads. Advanced validation techniques. Basic validation is good, but let's level up with some advanced techniques. Sometimes you need more sophisticated rules that go beyond simple file type checking. Here's where custom validation rules shine. Valid image dimensions class implements Laravel's rule interface for custom validation. The constructor sets private properties min width, min height, max width, max height with default values. The passes function validates by checking if value is uploaded file instance. Verifies MIME type as JPEG, PNG, or GIF. Uses getImageSize to extract image dimension from file path name. Assigns width and height from image info array indices 0 and 1. Then returns Boolean checking if dimensions fall within the specified minimum and maximum ranges. The message function returns a descriptive error message with the dimension requirements. Quote, remember, validation isn't just about preventing errors. It's about creating a better user experience. Clear validation messages help users understand what went wrong and how to fix it. Laravel best practices. Image processing and optimization. Uploading files is one thing, but optimizing them is where you separate the amateurs from the pros. Let's add some image processing magic using Laravel's integration with popular image libraries. Image Processing Service class uses Intervention Image Library for image manipulation. The process and store function takes uploaded file and options array, generates unique file name using Generate Unique File Name method, defines default sizes array with thumbnail, 150 by 150, medium, 300 by 300, and large 800 by 800 dimensions which can be overridden via options. It loops through each size, creates image instance using image. Make applies fit method to resize while maintaining aspect ratio with upsize constraint to prevent enlargement, sets quality from options with 80 default, generates size file name by concatenating size prefix with file name, creates storage path, saves image with specified quality, and stores file metadata in process files array, including file name, path, and file size. The Generate Unique File Name method creates unique names using Unicode, timestamp, and original file extension. File upload security best practices. Essential security measures for file uploads. Never trust file extensions. Always validate MIME types and file signatures. Store uploaded files outside the web root when possible. Use unique, non-predictable file names to prevent direct access attempts. Implement virus scanning for production applications. Set reasonable file size limits and enforce them strictly. Consider implementing rate limiting for upload endpoints. Handling multiple file uploads. Sometimes one file just isn't enough. Here's how to handle multiple files elegantly while maintaining all our validation and processing logic. Multiple file upload controller extends controller with image processor dependency injection through constructor. The upload multiple function validates files array with max 5 files, each file validated from max 2048 kilobyte size and specific MIME types, plus required category field with enum validation. It initializes uploaded files and errors arrays, then loops through each file with try-catch error handling. For each file, it checks if his image using helper method, processes images with image processor process and store method, and creates file record, or handles non-images by storing with simple store method. Successfully processed files go to uploaded files array. Failed files create error entries with file name and error message. Finally returns JSON response with processed message, uploaded files array, errors array, success underscore count using count function, and error underscore count for comprehensive feedback. This approach lets you handle multiple files while giving users detailed feedback about what succeeded and what failed. It's particularly useful for batch upload scenarios where you don't want one bad file to ruin the entire operation. Testing your file upload system. No file upload system is complete without proper testing. Here's how to test your uploads without actually creating files all over your test environment. File upload test class extends test case with refresh database trait for clean database state. The test underscore successful underscore upload function uses storage. Fake to mock file system creates fake uploaded file with image method specifying test.jpg file name, 800 by 600 dimensions and 1000 kilobyte size. It sends post request to /API/upload endpoint with file, title, and description data, then asserts 201 status code and JSON structure containing message and file object with ID, title, file name, and file_path fields. It verifies file storage using storage. Disk assert exists method with uploads directory and file hashname, and checks database record creation using assert database has with uploaded_files table and expected title and original_name values. The test_validation_type function creates fake executable file with that exe extension, sends upload request, and asserts 422 validation error status with file validation errors. Testing file uploads used to be a nightmare, but Laravel's fake storage and file generation make it almost enjoyable. You can test everything from successful uploads to validation failures without cluttering your file system. File uploads in Laravel don't have to be scary. With proper validation, security measures, and testing, you can build a robust system that handles files like a champ. Remember to always validate, never trust user input, and test thoroughly. Your future self and your users will thank you when everything works smoothly instead of crashing spectacularly. The key takeaway? Start simple, add complexity gradually, and always prioritize security over convenience. Happy uploading, and may your files always land safely in their designated folders. Enjoyed this video? Hit the like button and subscribe to stay tuned for more.